Alright, we're installing Sage on Windows 11. The first thing, we go to Apps, we open PowerShell. And say WSL, that's Windows Subsystem for Linux, -- 2 dashes, install. Get a confirmation or two. This will take a few minutes, things have to download. And now we're going to restart. I'll be here. Okay, and so now when we come back, window pops up all by itself and continues the installation. It asks for a username. You can make up anything you want. Just remember it. Your password can also be anything you want. It's not accessible outside your computer as far as I know, so anything will work just so long as you remember. You'll need it one more time, I think. Type it twice. After another moment or two. Okay, so now we're inside a virtual Linux computer. The first thing we're going to do is install some updates. So we'll say sudo, that does something as root, apt is the package manager, update. Type the password you just set. Download some list of packages. Then we'll say sudo apt upgrade to actually install them. There's a big list, we'll say yes. Okay, that's all done. Now we can actually install Sage. So we'll say sudo apt install. The package is called SageMath. It has a bunch of dependencies. We'll say yes, go ahead and do that. So again, it's going to download and install a bunch of stuff. So finish downloading, it's now going to install. This will also take a few minutes. This does take a while. Sage depends on a lot of stuff. But we're not doing anything. Okay, so that's the installation finished. So now we'll exit from the Linux environment. Now, to make it convenient to run, we'll go to the Start menu. We'll find Ubuntu. It might be here recently added. If not, you can find it under All Apps. And we will run it. And for future convenience, you might like to go and find it. Get the one that has the icon, not the folder. Right click and say, how about we pin to taskbar, for instance, so that it's down there for convenience. Or you could put a shortcut on the desktop, I guess, or pin it to the Start menu, somewhere that's convenient to find, but you can always find it here too. Okay, so in the window that it opened, which we'd also get by clicking here next time, all we have to do is say Sage -n. The -n is, well, if you don't say -n, you won't get the nice graphical interface. So say Sage -n. And stuff starts, and it spits out a bunch of junk. Somewhere here, and you may have to scroll up to see it depending on how things go, but somewhere is a URL that starts HTTP 127.0.0.1.888 and then a token with a bunch of junk. We need to open that link. You can control click on it. You could also copy and paste it into your browser. Okay, so browser opened back here. We'll minimize this. We don't need this anymore. Oh, okay, right. Sage wasn't set up yet. I mean, Edge wasn't set up yet, but we'll go ahead and do it. Okay, so you'll get this. So this is the same thing you'll see in most other Jupyter or Sage installations. This is going to have a list of all the notebooks that we've made. We don't have any yet, so we'll make a new one. We'll say new, SageMath 9.5. 9.5 is actually not the latest version, but that's the one that comes with the version of Ubuntu that it has, and it's fine. It's not the very latest, but it should do everything we need. And so now we have a Sage environment, and we can do stuff like 1 plus 2, Shift-Enter, takes a second to load everything. The answer is 3. We can do our usual other kinds of things. We can say, so as, let's see, we wanted previously to say, I think was it %display latex? And now when we say something like integrate x squared plus 5 with respect to x, we get a nice typeset output, so that's what we want. We can also do things like plot sine of x from 0, from say minus 10 to 10, Shift-Enter, there it is. If we want to save that as a PDF, we can go back to it and say .save foo.pdf, Shift-Enter again, and where that's going to go is back here. And the simplest way to get it is probably, since this is just a browser, is just to right-click and download it. To anywhere that's convenient, such as the desktop. And there it is, and we could open it. It looks like that. So that's PDF we could insert into any other document we wanted. Meanwhile, back in our window here, so let's see, we probably want to name this something different. My first spaces are okay, but they're just slightly annoying. And now we're back over here. We should see it called myfirst.ipynb. I might want to save periodically. It auto-saves, but just in case we're concerned. And then we don't actually need to, we can leave the Ubuntu session running. It shouldn't take up too much resources. And that will have the advantage that should we accidentally close our browser, we can go back to it and find that link again and reopen it. And here we're back, and the session is still running. So we're back here, and all our previous results should still be there. If you've set things like, set t to be a variable, that'll survive as long as the thing continues running. In the event that you stop, so if this gets closed, now it's going to complain. Your work may have been auto-saved. If not, then you may need to copy-paste if you had anything you just did to save. But anyway, when we open it again later, go back here. Our file's still there. Okay, I guess that last thing didn't get saved. You can see the output, but it hasn't actually been calculated. So if there's commands that need to be executed, you'll have to go back through them and Shift-Enter on each one of them. So we'll just plot again. I think there might be ways to automate that, but I'm not exactly sure how, but it shouldn't need to be done very often. Okay, anyway, that's it. We've got Sage running and we can do everything we need to do. So when we're all done, we can, well, we might as well leave it open. In fact, there's no good reason not to. But you can close it when you have to turn off your computer or reboot, and again, come back just like we said. Okay, that's it. Thanks.